I want to talk about the top three financial lessons that I've learned on my journey or on my path to financial freedom. These things are, I believe, going to be what get me to where I want to be financially. Where do I want to be, you ask? I want to be at a place where my money, my invested money earns me enough money in order to cover my expenses. So basically, my portfolio earns enough interest to cover my overall expenses. That's where I want to be. And I know that different people have different places where they want to be financially, but ultimately that's where I want to be. So there are three things that I believe will get me to that space, will get me to the place that I want to be financially. And the first thing for me is that I will always need to live beneath my means. Live beneath my means. Because I've learned that if my income matches my expenses, then I cannot do any single thing else. I have no money to save and invest for the things that I need to save for, or to invest in the life that I want to live later on. Not that much later, but a little bit later. I will have no money. I will have no investments to live off of if I'm unable to save. You can't save if there's no margin, if your income matches your expenses. So that for me is number one. That is number one core for me. You can't do any single thing else if both are here. Income here, expenses here, then that's it. For me, I would be living so uncomfortably and so tight that it would take away my peace. It would take away my peace if every single thing that I had coming in was also going out. That would just destroy my peace. Because if something happened, then I wouldn't have any money to take care of an emergency. If something happened, if a bill came in a little over what I normally expect, then I wouldn't have the money to take care of that bill. So I never want to be at a place where every single thing that comes in also goes out. It's just not financially or emotionally right for me. Okay? The second lesson that I've learned is that I need to invest. Why do I need to invest? I need to invest so that my money makes money. Now, I want to be to the point where my investments cover all of my expenses. That's where I want to be. I want to be to that place. I want to be to that point. But you can't do that if you don't do number one, which is make sure that you're living beneath your means, because you won't have anything to invest. You have to invest. For so long, what I was doing was I was saving money in my bank's savings account and thinking that I was doing something. But saving money in your bank's savings account brings you so little interest that it's ridiculous. They hold on to your money, and of course they're using it for other things, but you only get a minimal amount in return. So it's not worth it to have large amounts of money in your bank account. And I learned that. I didn't know that. I thought that I was doing something when I was doing that. But I wasn't. because my money was sitting stale and it wasn't growing and it wasn't moving. So investing is definitely important, and investing is definitely key for me to get to where I ultimately want to be. Also, zero debt. Why is having no debt important for me? Having no debt is important for me because I do not want to be at a point where I am paying people to borrow their money. I'm borrowing your money, now I have to pay you extra for that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And so I have been out of debt, and there's a caveat, but I've been out of debt since November of 2020, when I paid off my student loans. And the caveat to that was, okay, I was out of debt, but then I got back into debt when we purchased a new home. And there's so many reasons why I felt like I needed to purchase a new home: peace, schools for my kids, and a boatload of other reasons that I'm pretty sure I've talked about in multiple videos. But with that being stated, that is the only debt that I carry. A mortgage for my new home is the only debt that I carry at this point in time. And I pay extra, as much as I can on that debt each month in order to get that thing down, because I want that mortgage out of my life. Could you imagine being in a space where, okay, you have a home, yes, you have to pay taxes, you have to pay homeowners insurance, but having no other bills besides your utilities and insurances and taxes? Utilities, insurances, and taxes. Those being the only things you have to pay for. Not having a mortgage payment, not having a car payment, not having credit card payments or any other thing. Imagine how low your expenses would be. And I can imagine this in my head. I'm imagining how low my expenses could get. And if my expenses are low, I wouldn't maybe have to work a full-time job, let alone a part-time job that I have, right? Life will be so much smoother, so much easier, so much more peaceful, so much more joyful, because I have some place that I am living in that nobody can take from me unless you don't pay your taxes. But I have a place that I am living in that nobody can take from me. My living expenses are like next to nothing. Imagine that kind of life. And then having an investment portfolio that you can draw from to take care of the little expenses that you do have. That life would be so amazing because you could have so much peace in so many other areas. Imagine waking up without an alarm clock. Imagine not having to go to a job where the stress is very high. Imagine just having the opportunity to spend time with the people that you enjoy spending time with when you want to spend time with them. Imagine all of those things. Being on your own time, exerting energy when you want to. Those are the things that I seek when I am seeking zero debt, when I am trying to build up my investments. Those are the things that I am seeking. And I will get there one day. And I have so much confidence that you will get to the place where you want to be as well. Because as long as you keep working for it, and as long as you keep pushing for it, as long as you live beneath your means, you can get there financially. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this message.